Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the new Sergio Ramos card to review today for Foot 22, FIFA 22. We're taking a look at a card who has low pace, right? Now, the reason why I feel like it's really cool to review these cards is because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. I really feel like the pace in the game right now, this is before any sort of patch that EA does in the future, I feel like this is probably the most balanced that we've ever had the pace, which is really, really cool to work with because with Sergio Ramos, I've heard that people actually don't mind using him because of the way that his body type kind of works, right? So obviously we're going to be taking a look at him in game and seeing whether or not that's actually the case, right? Because as you guys know, there's players like Haaland and Lukaku. Yes, they're attackers, but even if their pace is not super up there or they're not super agile, they still move across the pitch really nicely because of the way that the pace is kind of balanced out in the game, right? So with Sergio Ramos, we are going to be giving him a shadow chemistry style. He has 3-star skills, 3-star weak foot, medium high work rate. So obviously, not medium high work rates, excuse me, high medium work rate. So he's more aggressive for his defensive tactics, just like he was in previous years. So not necessarily a huge issue. It could be from time to time for pace, but we'll obviously see in game. Sergio Ramos is working with his unique body type as well, which is definitely going to be very interesting. So here's the thing, right? Pace is set at 81 acceleration, 79 for sprint speed, so we will be experimenting with that in game. But his dribbling stats for a center back actually looks really good because 6-foot height is a pretty decent cutoff for defenders. So I do like the way his dribbling is set up for this card for sure. He can actually shoot the ball, which is actually interesting. They gave him some pretty decent shooting stats. So, you know, if the ball falls to him in the corner kicks or whatever, maybe he could potentially score those opportunities, but you're not going to really find yourself shooting too much with him. But hey, maybe he scores a nice little clutch opportunities for you, depending on the balances that would happen, right? Base card stats for passing, really, really good on this card, which is awesome to work with. 3-star weak foot at an 88 composure for that too will definitely be very nice. Base card stats for defending is set up in a way where, again, the Shadow Chemistry style is the most obvious choice, and his defense will essentially be perfect. But here's the thing, you have to work with the defensive awareness at an 89 with a high medium work rate for the defensive areas, right? So that should be very interesting to work with. Sergio Ramos, his body type is usually a little bit like bigger, right? So that big body type with 90 aggression, 84 for strength, 78 for stamina, and then 93 for jumping will definitely be very, very interesting to work with, right? So all of that, taking into considerations, is stuff we are going to be trying out. But the most important thing that I want to try out is pace, right? What's it going to be like when I push out of position randomly? What's it like for him to come back into position when he has to chase after people? Stuff like that, right? That's going to be very, very important to see for the mechanics of FIFA 22. So we're going to be using him in a 4-4-2 formation next to Varane. So being able to test out those two together should definitely be very interesting because people will be able to see the defensive AI of the player when it comes to defending certain opportunities, right? So yeah, we'll check him out in game. Hopefully he is a beast. Oh, the slide challenge. Okay, Sergio. See, in that situation right there, man, like with Ramos, again, with the pace, like, I feel like his body type is just what actually helps him out so much. Listen, man, it was a foul, but it was a good tactical foul. Let's go, Sergio. Sergio Ramos. Nice, good block there. I kind of mistimed the run for the defending a little bit, but we made it work. Sergio, possession-based tackle, I love it. Oh no, Sergio Ramos. Oh, Sergio Ramos with the body, my boy, the body. Yeah, I just gotta hold my ground there with Sergio Ramos. Listen, man, I don't need the pace with Sergio to get it. I got this. Don't worry about it. Oh, Sergio. Love it. It's okay, bro. Sergio Ramos has got that angle. Don't even worry about it. See, I like this, man. I like that even though Sergio Ramos doesn't have, like, the pace, like the crazy pace, he's just a good defender. Like, I do notice the pace being low, but it's not, like, a huge nuisance, which is great. Because it makes them usable. It's cool. Love that. Possession-based tackle again. That was good marking there with Sergio Ramos, too. Doesn't have the pace. I didn't even have to control him right there. It's definitely not as good as, like, someone like Varane, of course, but it's still pretty good, man, for someone that doesn't have, like, the actual pace. Let's go, Sergio. Let's go, Sergio Ramos. Way left and right. Sergio Ramos with a taco right there. I love that I actually press the taco button there and it's actually good. Oh, perfect opportunity here. See? Insigne is fast, man, but the pace balance in this game is really, really good. Beauty. Love that, love that. Nice tackle there, Sergio. See, a situation like that, that's where you notice the pace, right? But that came from me overcommitting. You know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't necessarily because of, you know, his pace necessarily being bad. But obviously, if you have higher pace, you can compensate for that overcommitment, which is obviously very helpful to work with, right? So it's good that we committed a little bit there to kind of like test that with him. Oh, wow, Sergio got that. I wasn't even controlling him. That was sick. Okay, guys, so final verdict on the new Sergio Ramos card for FIFA 22. So, one thing I gotta say, man, is that I gotta give EA credit for the way that they've done pace this year, right? Because I really mentioned last year when in my gameplay rant how I really did not like how pace became a prevalent thing again, where people would just make one through pass and there was just be a consistent thing. Oh, I'm going to run, I'm going to shoot, I'm going to score, right? And I really didn't like that. And it made a lot of players very, very unusable, right? I like what they did with the defenders and attackers this year, man, with the pace. I think the pace adjustment this year, it could potentially be the best one we've ever had. I think they did a good job with it, right? And the reason why I'm saying this is because this Sergio Ramos card at 81 acceleration, 79 sprint speed is actually usable in this gameplay meta, right? I don't think he is a top tier meta player because I do feel like in certain situations, it's very important to have higher acceleration, higher sprint speed. Like for me personally, I would rather use someone like the Pepe, you know what I'm saying? Because of the 79 acceleration, 81 sprint speed on a shadow chemistry style, he's really, really cool. It's sentimental value, but it's that pace in certain situations that I feel like is really nice to work with. But the thing about Sergio Ramos is that defensively, he's really good, and the way that he positions himself is great. There are moments, right, where I don't think his tracking is as good as Varane's, man. Like, there was moments where, you know, he would track players unnecessarily, personally, while Varane kind of like picks and chooses his battles really, really well. And maybe it's a combination of the way that the pace works with the defensive stats, but I feel like with Ramos, it could be maybe the high medium work rates making him a little bit more aggressive, on a shadow chemistry style, right? So it's just one of those things. I like I said, I don't mind it at all. It's just different defending to how I would normally like it. Like for me personally, I'd probably prefer a medium high work rated player, but like I said, I think they did a really good job. The thing that you notice the most with Ramos is definitely the body type thing, right? So the thing that people were mentioning the most is that the reason why he's usable is because of the way that his defensive stats works with his body type, which is definitely very, very noticeable in game. Like I said, the only thing that is a huge it's not even a huge nuisance, it's just a nuisance is the pace being low, right? For the full meta aspect, right? But if you need to get those links to players like Mbappe, you know, you're getting a nice little link to Nuno Mensch card or anything like that, this card is actually incredibly usable in game. But I'll tell you guys this right now, Sergio Ramos, with any sort of pace boost, if they drop some sort of promo card for this card in game, I'm telling you, he's going to be one of the best center backs again this year because his dribbling stats is actually set up really, really nicely on this card with incredible passing and physical stats. So watch out for this card for future promos because he could be one of the best again. Last year, you guys know when they dropped that, I guess it was an end of an era card, right? If I remember correctly, that card was phenomenal, right? So yeah, that's really the only thing that really annoyed me, but it wasn't even like annoyed. It was just the pace, but in this game, it works because the pace nerf, or not the pace nerf, but the pace adjustment this year was done really well, in my opinion. So yeah, you guys can definitely use this card for the links that you need. He'll actually defend well for you. You'll just notice that pace part from time to time, depending on how you overcommit certain spaces, right? So don't overcommit too much with a card like this. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. I will catch you guys for next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.